Hello, welcome to another episode of the podcast. I just want to do a recap of a session I just had with a client as per usual, so that you can get the feedback and the insights of what's allowing people to make progress and grow in their lives. So I've been working with this particular woman for a while. We're going to call her Davina. As I said, I always change the names of the clients to protect their confidentiality, but I want to go through the strategy that we talked about. So after dealing with some heartbreak and helping her build some confidence and design a compelling future again in her life, she's now starting to get in a place where she's thinking about, how can I trust people in an intimate relationship? How might I go about meeting someone? How can I improve the accuracy of what I'm doing? And so that's what I wanted to talk to her about, because for years I've been showing people how they can get some clarity and confidence about what they want. And it is a similar process to how we work these things out for a lot of different areas. But when it comes to, thinking about partners and things like that, then there is a specific way of doing so. And there's 5 steps I'm going to talk about in this video. You can write them down if you want to help people understand what it is they truly want, and then how they can close the gap to getting there. So let's go through them. So step 1 is visualization, of being very clear, a 3-dimensional perspective of exactly who you want. What type of partner do you want? What must they be? What mustn't they be? What do they look like? What do they sound like? What should they show you in the short term to give you confidence? What should they show you in the long term to give you confidence? And once we've created that visualization and we know what the bullseye is, that's key, because if you don't know what the bullseye is, what are you aiming at? And so knowing that bit of detail, the bullseye, allows us to do step 2, which is, how do we close the gap from where we are to feeling we can be good enough, or not have the sort of doubts or insecurities that we might have around being with that type of person. And so we then look at, right, what would this person, this ideal partner, what qualities do we have that would put them off, or what qualities do we have that aren't right or good enough? And that could be to do with hygiene. It could be to do with, finances or social circles, or issues around trust, or whatever. And then we can work through some of those things, so that increases our confidence and removes some of those insecurities. Once we've done that, we can go to step 3, which is the marketing plan. We can then work out, if we know what the bullseye is, we can write an online dating profile of not what we want, but what the ideal person wants to hear, read, and see, because that's what we've got to do. We can also build our social circle out, right? Friends of friends of friends, and so on. Make sure we're in the, with the right sorts of people, spending time with the right sorts of people, to be around the right types of people. And the third part is where we spend most of our time. Well, basically just being in the right places and spaces. So once you know the bullseye, the type of person, then we can work out, well, where would they spend their time? What do they do in the evenings? What do they do at the weekends? So that we can be in better places and spaces, and we can, again, spend time with the right people, improve our online presence, and also be in the right places and spaces. Step 4 is then taking massive action. We actually write down a date of when the person will meet someone by, which sounds scary, but we do that because it encourages people to take more action, right? They'll take 9 times more action as a result of that. And by taking more action, they'll be around the right sorts of people, they'll improve the quality of their life, they'll grow their social circle, they'll be having natural, normal conversations with people. And by just taking action, because that's the only thing that improves the quality of our life, then we expand all of those things I've just mentioned. And that can't be a bad thing, right? Expanding the quality and quantity of our life, that's pretty good. And then step 5 is testing and learning. Like anything, some things won't work, we get rid of them. Some things will really work, we double down on them. So visualization, closing the gap. Then the third step is the marketing plan. 4th step is taking massive action. And the 5th step is testing and learning. If you go through those 5 steps, it just improves the accuracy of what you may already be doing. And then, making sure it's pushing the wrong sorts of people away and the right sorts of people towards us. So I hope that's helpful. That's the strategy I've just gone through with a client of mine. We'll be doing another live stream, multiple live streams every week, post sessions, just to give you that extra insight. Make sure, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, but you can also subscribe on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We've got a daily podcast with the actual conversations with the client, so it might be useful to hear both sides of the conversation. My name is David Holman. If you change today will change your life. So enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your life, and I'll speak to you again soon.